Hi, Courtney here of Creations by Courtney, the place where you'll find size-inclusive garment patterns, accessories, as well as tutorials, so I can help the modern crocheter curate the handmade closet. Courtney here of Creations by Courtney with a crochet tutorial for the Crossed Extended Double Crochet. So this is an oldie. This is a stitch featured in one of my first patterns, and I decided to come back and revisit it and make a video because this is such a fun stitch that I think needs a little more attention. So if you've checked out the picture tutorial, we do have a row, 2 rows of single crochet. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're going to do any multiple of 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to make a smaller one than what's in the picture tutorial because why not? So if you're going to start with a row of single crochet, half double, or whatever, before you start, again, make it a multiple of 2. Now, if you're going to work just starting into the chain, this is a multiple of 2, but then you want to add plus 3 for the, well, actually plus 2 for the start of the first double crochet. Right, so some people do a chain 2, some people do a chain 3. So if this is going to be the first one, we'll add 2 more stitches, and this becomes the first double crochet. Right, so rather than working in the 4th chain from the hook, we're actually going to work in the 5th chain from the hook. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop. So this is very much like a double crochet, but the difference with an extended double crochet are the pull throughs, the yarn over and pull throughs. So we're going to yarn over and pull through 1. So this is almost like making a chain. Now we still have 3 loops on our hook. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. So what the extended stitches do, it gives it a little more height. It's a nice in between the regular double crochet and a treble. And so it does have this interesting yarn over, but that's okay. So now we're going to yarn over and we're going to work into the stitch that we skipped. And so this can be a bit fiddly. So you honestly can go either way. You can either go from the front like so, or if you find it easier, and for me, I find this way to be easier, working from the back. So pulling the stitch to the front, insert your hook under the skip stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And so that is the first crossed extended double crochet. So we're going to skip the next stitch and then work into the following one. Remember, you do an extended double crochet. This can be done with a double crochet, but what happens is that it bunches. And again, if you're working in a chain like this, it's a little fiddly, which is why I recommend creating at least 1 row of another stitch. So there's just a stronger foundation to work with, right? And so we'll just continue. Always remember to skip the first one, work into the following stitch, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Work into the skip stitch, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, the first row may feel a little wonky, especially without other stitches, but it gets easier, right? And so this is such a straightforward stitch pattern that it's like, why aren't we using it more? So it's nice to go back and visit. Oh wait, see, almost did what you shouldn't do. Don't work into the next one. Remember to always skip a stitch and then work into the next one when creating the crossed extended double crochet. Because it's only slightly taller than a double crochet, but not as tall as a treble crochet, this is why we're using a standard double crochet at the beginning and the end of the row. And so we will put a double crochet here. And now we have the first row. And look at that dimension. Can you see that? Look at that. It's so fun. So fun. And to create a visual interest, if you do the stitch in the same way after you turn, making sure to cross, it works. It keeps the pattern consistent. Now, if you want to switch it up, then you're going to insert your hook differently. I'll show you what I mean. So for me, I prefer to do a chainless starting double where you pull up a loop, you wrap the yarn around the hook. I go through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So to me, it feels like it creates a better foundation, keeps everything lined up. So again, skip a stitch, work into the next one to create the first extended double crochet of the crossed one. So last round we were working behind like so, right? So let's see what that looks like. So it keeps the pattern consistent even on this side, right? That they're leaning. But if you wanted to switch it up, and just remember what you do, you can work from the front. So it helps to push the stitch to the back, kind of hold it in place with your finger, work and put your hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So again, you still get that lovely cross stitch, but now the direction of the fabric looks a little different. So let's do some more. Remember to always skip a stitch. Remember, only do 1 yarn over. All right, and again, this definitely feels fiddly working from the front, and you may find it easier to work from the back like on the previous row. Just whatever you do for the row, just do it consistently. Goodness, I must have trebles on the mind. Sorry for the pun, I couldn't help myself. Again, this is a good in between for double crochet, treble crochet, but it can also help you meet row gauge. If your row gauge is short, but your stitch width is on point, the extended can help if you need to make it taller without making it too tall. Alrighty, so now we're almost here at the end. All right. Again, it helps to push the stitch to the back and put your finger through. All right, there we go. Oh goodness, I think I made a treble. Again, I have treble on my mind. There we go. Working through, making that extended double, and then we just put a double crochet at the end. Again, I like to work under both loops, which can totally hide sometimes because of that chain and it tightens. But there we go. So now we have 2 rows. And just look at the texture. It just makes it kind of squishy. Definitely 3-dimensional. So if you like, let's do 1 more row. And again, additionally, having at least 1 row below will also help with the overall shape of the piece of fabric that you're creating. So remember, you skip a stitch. I'm going to go back to the way I did it the first row. Now the yarn is all twisted. By working from the back, going behind the first stitch, the extended double crochet. And so again, we're doing an extended stitch to keep it from bunching up too much and really bringing the height of the fabric down, making it scrunchy, so to speak. As you can tell, it's much easier to work this way when crossing, or at least for me. But like I said, you can do it whichever way you have a preference for in your unique way of crocheting. Just be consistent, unless that's going to be part of the project that you're working on in crossing in different directions. But for this, we're going to make it consistent across the row. There we go. And then double crochet in the top of the double crochet. So with this yarn, it's a little funny to find, but do your best to work under those top 2 loops. And there you have it. That's the crossed extended double crochet. Again, it's creating a lovely texture, and if we continue to alternate, almost create like a herringbone effect. You can get it on both sides of the fabric. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial of the crossed extended double crochet. There are written directions and a picture tutorial over at creationsbycourtney.com. Make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button so that you get all notifications of all future videos of tutorials, unboxings, and more, such as styling your handmade garments. You know you have them. You know you need them. Come back, hang with me. I'll check you then. Happy stitching!